The Call of Duty series is one of the most legendary FPS franchises ever made. In this video, I've tested every Call of Duty game from the original 2003 release to all the way up to Infinite Warfare, to find out which ones are actually playable on Intel UHD graphics. Watch every clip till the end for results and verdict in terms of playability. And if this video performs well, I'll continue the series and test the rest of the modern titles too. So, let's jump right in. Starting with the very first Call of Duty, the game runs surprisingly well. I was getting a stable 60 FPS almost the entire time, with only minor drops of 2 to 3 frames here and there. The 1% lows are solid, and the frame time graph is pretty much flat. Overall, it's a perfectly smooth experience. Next is Call of Duty 2. MSI Afterburner didn't work here, so I used Xbox Game Bar to check performance. The game runs really well, staying above 60 FPS on 1080p max settings with 2x anti-aliasing. It's smooth, responsive, and looks great, a solid performance for this classic title. Next up is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1. I'm running this game at 1080p max settings with 2x anti-aliasing, and considering that, the Intel UHD is performing really well. You can lower the settings slightly to hit a stable 60 FPS and even lock it at 60 to get a flat frame time graph, since there are some micro stutters. Overall, it's playable and runs surprisingly smoothly.
We've got company. Hammer 2-4, we've got tangos on the second floor.
Copy. Engaging. Bravo 6, Hammer's at Bingo Fuel. We're bugging out. Big Bird will be on station for evac in 10.
Copy, Hammer. Warcroft, Griffin, cover our 6. The rest of you, on me. Roger that. I like to keep this for close encounters. Too right, mate. On my mark, go. Check your corners. Clear left, clear right.
Next is Call of Duty World at War. At max settings, the game runs around 30 FPS most of the time, with 1% lows hovering around 28 FPS. If you want a smoother 60 FPS experience, you'll need to lower the settings. You can also see that RAM usage is over 7 GB, so if you have 8 GB of RAM, it's best to reduce the texture quality for a stable performance. Next up is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original. This game runs really well, staying above 60 FPS most of the time. It dips into the high 50s when there are lots of effects on screen, but it doesn't stutter much. Temperatures are good, and RAM usage is around 8 gigabytes. And remember, this is just the 5th game on the list. Next is Call of Duty Black Ops 1 on max settings. The game runs around 50 FPS, and the GPU sometimes jumps to 70 to 89% for a few seconds while the CPU isn't fully used. This causes a few spikes in the frame time graph. Some shader loading stutters can appear, but they usually smooth out after 15 to 20 minutes of gameplay.
Target should be up ahead. Roger, move it inside. Get in position. This is it. You ready to make history? Crazy bitch! He uses the human shield, and she still protects him? Restore support isn't fanatical in their devotion. Bowman, the target is down.
The work from Carlos isn't good. They're barely holding out. They got half the Cuban army down there. And those B-26s ain't hitting anything. Moving to the main hallway.
Okay, we're on our way.
Next is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, running at 1080p with custom settings. It averages around 70 FPS, which is really smooth. The GPU isn't fully utilized, and the CPU isn't maxed out either, which seems to be a limitation of the game engine. Overall, gameplay feels very smooth, and it even runs above 100 FPS in indoor areas. Next is Call of Duty Black Ops 2, running at 1080p max settings with shadows set to medium. We're more than halfway through the video, hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget to hit the like button. In this scene, the game is CPU bound because of the large crowd. Temperatures are good, and FPS stays between 40 and 50. You can boost it by lowering graphics, but overall, it's playable and a solid title.
Get on the bumble!
Next is Call of Duty Ghosts, running at 1080p on low settings. It averages around 65 FPS, and the frame time graph is smooth with no major stutters. RAM usage is about 9 gigabytes, so if you have 8 gigabytes, you might want to lower the resolution to 900p or 720p. Overall, this game is playable and runs well. Next is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I'm running this one at 720p with custom settings. We're clearly CPU bound again, probably because of the large crowds in this scene. The GPU is only being used around 60% most of the time, which is causing some drops to around 40 FPS. But overall, it's definitely playable, and if you've got a stronger CPU, you can easily hit that smooth 60 FPS. Next is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I'm running this one at 1080p low with 70% render resolution, which is just a bit higher than 720p. The game's averaging around 50 FPS, and yeah, look at those temps, hitting around 80 degrees, which is definitely a bit concerning. You'll need a cool environment or a cooling pad to keep it in check, but overall, it's still a playable experience.
Cell block ahead. On me.
Now let's move to the final game of this video, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I'm running this game at 720p low settings, and it's giving an average of around 30 FPS, dropping to about 25 when there's a lot happening on screen. The frame time graph doesn't look great either, so I'd suggest locking the FPS to 30 to make it feel smoother. It's definitely playable, but there are stutters here and there, and locking your FPS will help reduce them a lot. And that wraps up part 1 of testing every Call of Duty game on Intel UHD Graphics. I was planning to include the modern titles too, but each one is around 100 to 200 gigabytes, which is just insane. So if this video gets good support, I'll continue with part 2 covering the newer ones. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like the video if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.